And welcome back to Rants. I think you guys will. I think this will be a good episode. I think it will. I think I prepared a whole 20 seconds for it. So, a lot of time and effort into it. So let's get right into it. Not the chitter chatter. I guess the whole thing is supposed to be chitter chatter. But anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about things I don't understand. Like specifically why I don't understand them, or at least I don't understand my point. And I must disclaimer here: I'm not judging anyone for who does like understand these things, or maybe if I say I don't understand why someone likes something, why they like it, I'm not gonna shame them at all. I just don't understand it myself, and it's my thought process because it's Grant's Rants. So number one, I don't understand the obsession with Titanic. Like why? Because I know so many people are like, oh my gosh, I love Titanic. I love the movie. Like I don't understand. By the way, understand. I'm gonna say probably like 300 times this episode, but what is so good about it? Like the music is okay. It's not better than anything else. Whoop, sorry about that. The music is okay. The story is not that great, to be honest. Like in the end, like why couldn't, spoiler alert by the way, why couldn't he just have the jewelry? Like I understand the part of, well, it's like she wishes she could go back with Jack, and like there's a part of her life, a part of her died, but like still, why can't he have the jewelry? Like that would have helped him out a ton. Why can't we just be a nice person? Or like, she's basically like, I always loved Jack. He was always my love. And I'm thinking, she had a husband afterward and kids. So this man and she was of high class. That means this man that provided for her and gave her an amazing life and paid for her everything and gave her amazing children. She's like, nah, I didn't love him as much as I loved this one guy that I had a fling with. Huh? I just don't understand. And then also, we've also proven so many times they could have both fit on the door. If they had taken their life jackets and put it under the door and like wrapped around, they both could have fit on the door. So his death was useless. Or, they could have taken turns. How about that? That would have also probably worked, right? How about you? Okay, no, I'll dry off now. Like, come on now. Let's be intelligent here. So I just don't. What's such the hype? 3 hours of oof. And like, is it because people are thinking, well, it's so accurate? Well, kind of. Yeah, the ship is, and the stuff like they got in the nightstand whenever they went into Rose's room. Was it Rose's room? I think, yeah. And there was that clock spot on, but stuff like this, because I'm a nerd, I know this kind of stuff. Like the night sky wasn't right. The stars were in the wrong spot. The iceberg probably didn't quite look like that, but I just don't get it. It's not that great of a movie. Okay, number two. I don't understand where co-ed dorms, like the idea of co-ed dorms came from. Okay, let's have men and women be in the same room together. Isn't that asking for trouble? Like, because think about it. There were male-only dorms, female-only dorms, and there were literally fraternities and sororities saying, all right, we're going to keep them separated because having them together, at least sleeping in the same place and going to the bathroom and showering is a recipe for disaster. So then, at what point, I guess I could just try to Google this, but no, let's have them live in the same spot. Let's do that. Cohabitate. Not such a great idea. And I'm mainly talking about when like men and women, they're in the same room together, or like suite mates. Not a great, I guess same building. I mean, I'd love to know where that came from too, where they started mixing and matching in the buildings, because it used to be just whole buildings were men, whole buildings were women, like frats and sororities, but I don't know. I just, like, did someone really think, man, this is going to be such a good idea? Okay, number three. I can't, and I guess I'm pushing my political agenda a little bit, but I'm not pushing it, but I'm just curious. Why? I don't understand everyone who is for Kamala Harris. I'm not shaming Democrats, the blue, and I'm not saying I'm for Republicans. I'm simply saying in this election, I cannot see I cannot be in my brain and see someone and I ask them, why do you support Kamala Harris? And they give me any answer other than because she's Democrat. Or I guess they could say because she's not Trump, which I guess that's an okay answer. But like she's not, she keeps saying these things like, once I'm in office, I'll do these things. First 90 days. You're in office. You've been in office. Huh? Or she was like, remember the thing where she was like, how dare we say Merry Christmas to our children?
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
What's wrong with that? We should say, what's wrong with that? I don't understand. It quite confuses me. Okay. Also, you can comment below on any of these why, and I'll probably respond. But okay, here's another one, and I think I said this in the last episode. But why are there men out there who can't change a tire? And I mean that. You should know how to change a tire, respectfully, as a man. That's just simple. I mean, I understand cars aren't everyone's strong suit. Hold on. Here, make sure I didn't. We good? Testing. Okay, we're still fine. Phew. The things start acting a little wonky, but I understand the cars aren't everyone's strong suits, and that's fine. But still, if you should know, if you have bad service, if you should, every man just should know how to change a tire. Very simple. You take the lug nuts off. Now, I guess if you don't have the strength, that's a different issue, but you should at least attempt to know how. Maybe if they're too, I'm not strong enough to get off the lug nuts myself. Oh, well, there's someone here that can help me get them off as long as you know the process. Good. Good. Where to put the jack, how to take the lug nuts off, what direction, and put it back on. And it's just a good survival thing, Like you should be able to know how to do it. Okay. Number 5. Why don't people read more? And I'm talking specifically nonfiction, like history, historical events, or maybe even current events. Like I cannot comprehend people who, and I'm not shaming them at all, I just can't make sense of people who are like, oh, I know every little thing about every little celebrity, but you ask me about politics, don't even know. It affects your life. Like, these are you're living in this country, and you're doing, or the country that you live in, and you're doing these things matter, and you're just oblivious. I would just feel helpless. Like, I need to know these things, maybe even help out. We do live in a republic, a representative form of democracy, representative government. So and that's just with current events. I just simply, I read all the time. I got this book, I got all these books over here. And then, of course, the Bible, that you should be reading that every single day. Or at least if you, hey, it's not like, oh, I missed today, I'm so bad. No, it's okay. It's fine. Maybe if you have an hour, you read the Bible every day, but then on Sunday you don't read for an hour, you go to church. I guess that's fine. Or maybe it's 30 minutes, whatever. But are there really people who can just, I feel like my brain would start atrophying and I'd feel dumber and I'm like, I'm getting dumb. Do others, am I unique? Do others not feel that way? I couldn't. I don't know. But I guess that's just me. I guess that's just me. Okay. Number 6. Why does it seem that really good music, and when I say good music, I'm saying difficult music that takes a long time to compose / write, that you have to have a lot of talented people who are really good at their instruments, stuff like jazz, big band, where it takes a lot of effort and it's really skilled. See, that kind of music is getting less and less and less popular, or like R&B soul. And then stuff that's really simple, like rap or country, like country with the same chords, G, A, C, and D, is increasing. Why? Is it just because someone thinks it's, because I like the talent of it, and I'm not saying I don't like all, I cover this, I talked about this last episode. I'm not saying I hate them, but I kind of really don't like rap. But why is it the talking to a beat seems to be, And I'm not saying rap doesn't have talent. I mean, yeah, kind of rap prepared beforehand has very little talent. Like, yeah, you can rhyme, but like freestyle rap, that takes talent. Like coming up with it on the spot. Oh yeah, that's difficult. I couldn't do that. At least not well at all. Maybe I'd come with like one verse, but no, I could. Or country, it you have to be thinking of the words and stuff. But I just don't quite. Shouldn't the really talented, good stuff be people listen to? What I don't know what's drawing people to this not nearly as talented, not nearly as difficult, simple songs. But whatever. Okay. Next one. Why are so many people in the mentality of getting into debt?
Because I have $30,000 in credit card debt.
Like personally for me, I'm in zero debt. And that's not a flex. I'm just simply mean like I really hate the idea. Like I'm paying for my college myself. I'm working and paying for it as I go. And I don't understand how there are some people like, oh yeah, $100,000 in student loans, bang, and I make, and then you finally get out. It's like, okay, now I make like 40,000 a year. Let me buy a $35,000 car. Like, and I guess, okay, I should say this. I understand the student loan thing, kind of, especially if you're trying to get out of a bad situation. But I mean more, and I'm totally for mortgage, by the way. But my stance comes on the why, like people just, oh, I'll just put it on my credit card, or oh, I'll make payments on this concert ticket. Or, oh, I'm going to buy a car that's over $20,000. I'm just thinking. Now, if you have the money, you can pay it cash. I'm not, but it's when you have to pay it off. Why? What's the sudden rush to, got to be in debt, and then pay it off? Why? Because I especially know of people my age, their idea is, all right, I got to get into debt, and then once I get a good job, I got to get out of debt, and then I got to make money. Why can't the mentality instead be, I got to make sure I stay out of debt, and then build wealth? I don't know. Because the average net worth of someone my age is negative. Negative. That's not good. So, I just don't understand. I'd be like sweating. Like, I owe money. And, there's good debt. Like, I'll admit that. Like, there's certain millionaires that you really capitalize on debt. They'll buy a multiplex, get an FHA loan that's 7% interest, or you have to put down 7%. Sorry, excuse me. And then they can make a lot of money, and then it helps them evade taxes. Like, I understand that. I'm just mainly talking about the credit card and the car and the people who don't actually have money to begin with. Non-generating income debt. Okay, 3 more. Why I cannot comprehend people who do not go to the gym. And when I say do not go to the gym, I just mean who do not do regular physical activity. Like, do not do physical activity at least 4 times a week. 3 times. Sorry, you know what? I mean, at least 3 times a week. Some form of weightlifting, maybe running, cardio. Even though studies have shown that actually, if you were to pick one, just cardio or just weightlifting, under the age of 50, actually weightlifting is better. Like, it's better for your metabolism and your system and all that. When you're over 50, is a little bit different. But I'd feel like a lazy slob and wouldn't be able to function and be depressed if I didn't go to the gym. Now, like I said, I don't enjoy being in the gym personally. That's why I'm only in the gym like 3 hours a week, maybe 4, because usually it's like an hour and 20. Usually, because I'll be an hour, but so maybe 4 hours a week is when I'm in the gym. So I don't understand that at all. But people do people, and like I said, you can answer any of these in the comments. Okay, number 9. Excuse me. I don't get people who are huge into gossip. Like for me, if someone comes to me with gossip, I try to go to the source, and then usually it's not true. And specifically in like churches, like, oh my gosh, like I'm not gonna name drop, but I was working in a very big church recently, and I basically left because there were rumors going around, and not even just about me, but about other people. And then I felt they were all not true, and I just didn't like. And that's not the only reason I left, but like I did not like the culture. Like, why should we be gossiping? This should not be happening. Why don't we just talk to each other? Can't we just talk to each other? Oh well. And then last one. Why is there what is people's obsession with talk shows? Why can't you go out and talk to people? You know, a bunch of people, usually women, but I won't sing, just sitting around at the table talking about just things. Anything. And then you'll have a live studio audience and it's like they talk about this. Yeah. I don't understand. Actually, I'd love an answer to this one. What is the obsession with talk shows? I don't get it. Yeah, there can be some funny clips every now and then, and yeah, I guess I like if you want to hear like a funny like a funny bit, like a comedic skit on like the Tonight Show, I understand, but just I mean, like especially like the morning where it's not just like one guy with an interviewer and it's actually just a bunch of people themselves just talking to each. I don't get it. I don't get talk shows at all. But anyway, that's 10 things I don't understand. And if any of you want to answer, please comment below. Or if you just see me in everyday life, you can do that too. I doubt it, but hey, if you ever see me, I have no problem with talking to y'all. But anyway, until next time.